So I'm at the Battle of Bannockburn Visitor Centre. So I'll just be the usual drill. I'll go in there, ask first if I could take videos and photographs and post them online. And if I can, then I will. So I'll go and have a look. So there's like quite a bit out here to see as well. This is the monument up there. I'm going to have a look at that. I'll show you that. Just up there, I'll get up there in a few minutes. I'm just going to have a look at this stuff first of all. Get this logged in for this. It's like a kind of timeline. So I'm just making my way up to the monument now. Nice one. So what do you think? Enjoying it? You learn a lot, eh? Good bit of history in that there. So yeah, well worth a visit. Took me a bit to memorise everything that I saw, like, but yeah, just so it makes it worth coming to see. You get the good guided tour around as well. Yeah, it's really good. So I've seen a cafe, so you probably guess it's coming. I'm going right for that coffee shop. As I do. So you can actually see, before I go to the cafe, I'll just highlight, you can see Stirling Castle from here as well. Before I go to the cafe, just maybe get that emphasised, because I've been to Stirling Castle. It's well worth a visit. Like, that was a while ago, a few years ago. I've not got the time of day, like, but yeah, just going to get in that cafe. And I think probably just nip in Falkirk or something for tea. I'll see what happens. I might even put it on video, show you what I'm doing. I'll keep you posted. If not, I'll see the video off once I'm sure what I'm doing. Yeah. But this is like a sound. The play frequencies from the speakers. The frequencies are set. They chose the number for the frequency, which matches the year of the certain things. There's an information board there. I'll go and just show you that again. That explains it better. I'll show you that now. Aye, this is this thing I was talking about, the frequency thing, sound installation. So it's just set for like the milestones for the certain dates. And it's played within that ring. Yeah, so they've got these speakers. There's one of them there. There's another one on the post. And that's what they play the frequencies in hertz all year round. Well, for the whole year anyway. Ah, so that was good. Yeah, so coffee time and then get you posted and see what I'm doing. Diageo, yeah, I was just getting the pronunciation right. I had to Google Translate. Diageo. It's the distillery. I was able to see that from the top of Wallace Monument. There's loads and loads and loads of warehouses. One of the tourists up there was telling us basically what it was from his knowledge. Overheard, I was wondering what it was myself. It was to do with the distilleries, big distillery warehouses. Stuff stored there, but there's hundreds of them. It looks like there's hundreds, so there's absolutely loads of them. Apparently it's thousands of pounds worth of whiskies and that are stored in there. It's Diageo brewery distillery, and there's one just near Alloa, which isn't far from the Wallace Monument. So I've just come out we've just come out the Bannockburn Visitor Centre, and I'm going to drive up to that Diageo's distillery. I'm not going to get in, it's far too late. I'll have to make an appointment. That's if they even do tours, and they might not. It was just something that I want to drive past and have a look at, because it's pretty impressive, the number of warehouses and that. They're all, I should have actually highlighted that in the video when I was up on the monument, but I didn't. But I'm going to take a drive past there anyway. That's what I'm going to do now, and then I'll probably nip into, what was that place you wanted to go to again? All you're eating. There was the big statues in Falkirk. The Kelpies. Kelpies, that was it. Yeah, I didn't get how you were eating a sorry. Yeah, so we'll go to the Kelpies in Falkirk after the Diageos, and then just sort of play it by ear from there. So as I say, this video might last quite a while now, because we've been to a couple of visitor centres and we're just sort of pottering around now, having a look at the areas of interest for us anyway. I mean, the Falkirk. Alexander Dennis, the buses, that's what we're bus spotter. I'll probably drive past, well, I'll stop there. I'll not get in again, it would have to be an appointment to get a tour in there if they're even doing them still. But I could get a look on the outside and just see what's doing, see what buses are sitting on the yard. Because you're able to see that from the public areas, like, you know, it's a car park, it's allowed to sort of, if the security guards there, I'll obviously let them know that that's what I'm doing. So we'll fill up just picturing buses that are on it, because if I did that last time it was fine, but I'll let them know the gate guard sort of thing, just let them know what I'm doing. And I think I'll probably go for something to eat in Falkirk, see what happens. I'll keep you posted anyway. So I'm going to make my way up to that Diageo's distillery. I'm going to do that now up at Alloa, see what I could show you. I'm going to see what it looks like close up. Okay. So this is Diageo's, a big distillery anyway. It stretches, the warehouses stretch for absolute miles, not miles, but big distance, all the way right across. I can actually smell it now, the distillery. Got a whiff of that, just very faintly in the air. Yeah, it's pretty secure actually. Oh, obviously would be the expensive stuff stored there, but it's a public road this, so I'm going to go down the way a wee bit and just get a bit of footage. You can maybe even see some of the warehouses in the distance as well. In fact, I can see Wallace Monument. I'll turn it around and I'll show you properly. So it stretches all the way down, crosses, well, it doesn't, obviously the road runs through it, and then continues on all the way along to there. They're all like black warehouses. No, it's a pity there wasn't this thing such as smelly vision or smelly video where you could smell it, because I could smell a wee bit of the distillery from here. Hardly surprising considering the amount of stuff that's stored. And there's Wallace Monument that we were up earlier today, just up on the horizon there. So I was up there earlier today and looking down onto this site. It was quite impressive. I was really wondering what it was, and it turned out there was somebody up there, a tourist up there, that must have been, I heard them talking to others about this, and I just latched on and learned that this is what it was. It's a distillery. So I'm going to go along a bit further and get a bit more footage of this place. We'll get a view of the house as well in the background. I can't remember off the top of my head what these hills are called, but it is looking in towards Alloa. Anyway, and it's looking in that sort of direction. Diageo, the spelling of the word is spelled D-I-A-G-E-O. Diageo, so I've pronounced that way, so I hope you know what I'm talking about. So it's just up there, so I'm going to go up there and have a look for you. So it's sort of, this is a public road that's running through the complex. It's obviously heavily secured, but I was able to see hundreds of these warehouses which store a lot of spirits and whiskies and that from the distillery. So quite a lot of money involved. There's a level crossing that we went over earlier. There must be a train. I was just saying that to my mate in the car there, that I would like to see a train going by with that scenery in the background. It looks like I've got the chance to do that, so I'm going to try and capture that on camera for you before I do. So there's the spelling, Diageo. Black Grange is the area. Oh, it's not far from Alloa. Black Grange, everything seems to be black. Even the truck bodies. The truck trailer bodies are even. I wonder if that's to keep the stuff cool. I don't actually know why they've painted the black, but I'm guessing maybe to keep. I don't know. I'm going to have to research into that. I'll do a wee Google search, or if somebody stops and asks me what I'm doing security, probably then I might ask them. Usually that's what happens when I'm filming stuff like. As long as I'm not going over there and just having a look around. Just because I'm curious, I was just wondering what it was I saw when I was up the monument, but that's an absolutely lovely house set in the background. I'm going to have to find out what that's called for you. So they've got their own lorries, I think. So these warehouses stretch for absolute, well, there's loads of them. I just wonder what the heck they were. Now, why is the stuff painted black, I wonder? I'm going to have to check all that now. I'll wait till the train passes, then I'll Google it or something, see if I could get some info on it. So I'm actually not very sure if this is an actual distillery or just a storage site. If they actually do any distillery here, or is it just solely used for storage? Oh, you could hear the train, right? Unfortunately, I've walked a bit too close and I'm blocking the views of the house, but never mind. Get the train for you. Multiple diesel unit. Oh, get that as well. I'm not about finding the names of them yet, but there's Tillicoutre villages in towns of Tillicoutre is up that way anyway, and Dollar and all that area. So the hills are just in the foreground of that. And obviously that way, that's towards the monument, the Wallace Monument. I've not got much more info on that at the moment. I'm not getting the best signal on Google, so Google Map. No, I've tried Googling it. I can't find much at the moment why I hadn't painted black. It's maybe because it's just part of the name. Welcome to Diageo Black Grange. Maybe the Black Grange is parts why they've kind of made it black because of their logo. I mean, judging by the signs and the name, because the signs are black, the name's got Black Grange in it. So Johnny Walker is something else. So maybe they're using, because it's called Black Grange, maybe that's part of the logo. So I don't know. I can't really find much on the Google, so I've not got time to research into it right now, so I'll just see what happens. If I find out something and compare it up before I'll put it on. If not, you can maybe tell me in the comments. I've never been here before, so I've been in the area like it, but I've never actually spent any time stopped here looking at this place like. So fair size. It's that video recording system over there. Obviously a very secure place. Even the stones, the bricks here. It's even black on it. I wonder if that's something to do with it. No, it's not, because there's nothing really being produced here. I think it's just more something to do with the millions of casks of whiskey waiting to be bottled. Just getting dribs, information. As I haven't done a proper research, just seem to be deco a bit. But can't wait in the car. He's just checking stuff on his phone. There's stuff going on. There's trucks and that moving in it. Northfield Warehouse Administration Block Parking. Where is 38 to 43? Oh, that's quite a nice view, I'll show you that. There's obviously loads of cameras up. I'm just waiting on somebody coming and asking me what I'm doing. Then I could ask them why they're putting the black, if they don't tell us to get lost or something. But I'm not doing anything. Oh, this is public and no filming anything that I know meant. It's just what you would see in a public road. I'm just curious. I'm just going to show you this view. So it stretches down further than that. It's obviously like there's obviously activities going on there. There's a lorry moving about in Black Grange Bond International Supply Centre, so it's obviously quite a big. So I don't live around this area, so I don't really know all the local stuff. I flew past in the car, obviously I was by, you don't really get a chance to see much, but I had to stop and get out and have a proper look, remember on the public road here. So I haven't saw any signs or anything. I'm watching all the signs, making sure that I know I'm entering anything or doing anything I shouldn't be doing when I'm here. So I haven't seen anything up to now that's saying that I'm doing anything wrong. So I'm just simply having a look about, having a look round, looking around from the public path and road. Just curious to know what it is. Obviously, the amount of money involved in this sort of place is going to be pretty sensitive, like, securing that. So it even goes down there as well. Look. There's all different shapes of these things. So I'll go and pause this a minute. Ah, no. You see, this is what I was seeing from the monument as well. It isn't actually anything to do with that hasn't got anything to do with the distillery. It's some sort of some farm, chicken farm maybe. Get this for you. So it's rubbed off, but nah, I was able to see that from the Wallace Monument. I just saw the colours of it, because it's the same colour. I thought this was something to do with it, but I'm not going up there. This private road, no Arctics, gravel farm, so this is as far as I'm going. Well, I'm certainly not going to be going up there and filming, that's for sure. I have no permission, so I'm just stopping at the public bit. But I thought that had something to do with the. I thought all this was like one big complex, but it isn't. That's something different altogether. But just going by the smell of it in the vents, I think it's from a chicken farm or something. I don't know what's in there, but livestock of some sort. It's not going to be big, obviously, because they're quite short, so stinks anyway. But yeah, that's the boundary fence for. As I say, they stretch away down there as well. So I can't really get the view to show you, because that means I just have to go up there, which I'm not doing. Yeah, so it stretches away down, all the way up, and then it goes away up there as well. It's a huge site. Like, I think I saw a glimpse of that figure, something like 6 million casts or something. I don't know if that's accurate what I said, I don't know, but it's probably not going to be that wrong, is it, judging by the size of this place. Anyway, so that's kind of satisfied my curiosity just now anyway, so I'm going to see, and there only, I mean, there don't even be an awful lot to see anyway, it's just storing gas, but now I've got a better idea what this place is about. I just saw all these bones and wondered what the heck they were. Maybe should have highlighted that when I was on the monument, but I didn't. Even this tree's black. What's going on here? I mean, I can't have painted that black as well, surely. What's going on? There's some kind of. So what I don't know what the story is like, but why is see, there's not obviously nothing in the air, because it would have been everywhere. It would have been on the road if it was. So I don't know. Anyway, I'll do that now. I'll do that now. So I better get back to the car. I spent about 15 minutes here just having a wee wander about, just having a look about, seeing what this place was. Just had a wee nosy basically. No, showing you as well, like, yeah. But Keane's waiting in the car, so I think now I'm going to end up into Falkirk to see some sculptures or something. But Keane was mentioning the heads, 2 heads. I can't remember what they were called. I can't remember, but I'll make my way there. Keane's want to see that. I think after that I'll maybe just nip into Falkirk now. Look at Alexander Dennis Bus Manufacturing Bodyworks. They do the chassis as well, you know. me and Keane are both in the buses. So we'll have a look at the two sculptures for Keane. After that we'll go into just drive past Alexander Dennis, pull in at the car park. If I'm allowed to, you know, just do what I'm doing here, the film, and the outside I'll do that. Nip into Falkirk to get a bite to eat. So yeah, this is obviously like secure, but there's a cameras up there, so I better not film any more here. I'll keep you posted, right? Catch you later, see what I put out. Yeah, I was right. I got checked, but the security guy was really good. He was fine. He was just asking what I was doing. That was no problem. Just told him what I was doing. He was all right with that. Again, no problems at all. Said and put it on YouTube, and no problems. Even asked him what, because it might have was saying on the video. Hang on. It might have was saying on the video. Asking, I was going to ask when I get checked what the black is for. he doesn't know either, but he suggested it might be something to do with the reaction from what's being stored in there. It is just for storage. There's keepers down there as well. I'm not sure what time we do that, but this is pretty much mainly what I was want to see. And right enough, it was a chicken farm, just as I suspected, that farm up there. I didn't ken what it was either. We's just guessing it might be the reaction, possibly, and because it's curious. I'm just curious to know why the bones are black. But even the bushes, the branches on there are black as well, but the roads aren't. So I don't think it's anything from the air. It's not dust particles, because the road would be covered in black. But unless there's a reaction with the brickwork from the substances of the spirits, it's maybe reacting, and then also the fumes in the air might be reacting with having a biological effect on the branches. Maybe that would explain why the roads are not affected, because they're tarmacked, different material, but the bricks are in close proximity. I mean, the trucks didn't look like they were really painted black. It looked like it was a substance, a result of something that made them kind of black. It was kind of like a dirty black. It wasn't like painted black, it was just tinted black due to a reaction. So it might be that the stuff that's stored in there could have an effect as to why the brickwork is black on the buildings. It's not like it's been painted black, because if it's painted it would have been more precise, but it looks like it's kind of faded black, kind of a reaction. Anyway, I'll have to look at it. Maybe you could help us out, but something in the comments to explain why, if you happen to know the reason. I didn't just what your ideas are on it. I never thought of that. Like the trees here, the bark on the trees here, black as well. Right, going on. You want to have a look at this? I was saying to my viewers, what was that? These statues called? Again, the two sculptures in Falkirk.
Kelpies.
Kelpies. That was it. The Kelpies. I couldn't remember what they were called. So we'll go to the Kelpies. We'll go there now. 6 o'clock. So we'll get the Kelpies. Then we'll have a look past Alexander Dennis as well. Bus manufacturers. Well, obviously I'll not be getting. I'll just be like same sort of drill what I was doing here, just a look around the outside. I know the security gate guards there. I'll probably go and just let them know that I'm filming for YouTube. So we'll do that. Maybe get a bite to eat somewhere in Falkirk and see what we decide. Yeah, some different type of bird in it. I'll show you that. Maybe they're getting affected by the fumes. I said that. Maybe like the scent, the fumes, the aroma of the alcohol. Right, let's go. Right, so we'll make our way to the scalps in Falkirk. Just before we're just leaving the place, but I've crossed over the flyover. I'm just going to point something out here. I just thought I'd stop for a moment before we head to the kelps, the statues or sculptures. Now the national speed limit signs, even they're black. They've got a black substance on them. Both of them have got that. Even the tree there has got a black substance. The fence posts have got a black substance on them. So I think there is a reaction. There is maybe a chemical reaction from the alcohol that is stored at the distillery. It's maybe, it could be, because I looked at the trucks and the signs and it's a dirty kind of stewary light black, it's not like it's been deliberately painted black. So it's like a reaction or something. Now I'll only stop here for a moment because I'm not going to be here long. It's quite a quiet road, but I want to stop here for a minute. Just the cows and calves and that in the field. But yeah, this fence here, it's not like dust. It's like a reaction with the wood, but then it's reacting with something, because as I say, the sign, the national speed limit sign is, I don't know if I could reach that from here, but if I could maybe rub some of that stuff off, but I don't know, I better jump up. I could maybe just reach it. Yeah. So it's not that. It's like a moss kind of. So I don't know what it is like, but all the warehouses, it's probably some kind of reaction, like the spirit guy suggested that. I thought, good grief, I mean that's quite a reaction, but the sheer quantity of alcohol and that is stored in there. Obviously it's a fire hazard, so there's no smoking allowed anywhere near there, like, you know. But the tree there, even the bushes down there, like, that's all kind of got this black kind of effect to it, you know. But yeah, the porter cabin, or the generator house, I think that is the green generator house. It's kind of like a black steward. So it's not, I don't think, it's just maybe coincidence that it's Black Grange. I thought maybe that it was just part of the logo or something. Maybe they made the place black because of the name of it, but no, I think it's a reaction. Anyway, right, Kane's down to get to, well, I want to see them as well. Yeah, very good. Yeah, this is a good thing, there's still plenty of daylight yet, so right, I'll keep you posted. Quickly show you this before I scoot off, because I was and the tower there's in the distance, Wallace Monument in the distance, and that was the generator house I was talking about. You can see the way that the stuff's coming down and sort of, I don't think that's killed. I don't think that's painted on somehow. It's more of a result of a reaction. So I zoom in, there we go. Right, so I'm going now for sure, okay, time to go. So I'll make my way up there just in a minute. I'll lock up the car now. Right, so we're at the Kelps now. I'll make my way up there. The car park's just a £2 charge, so I had to pay that, like, it's not that much. But yeah, when I left the Diageo storage place, that black substance was quite a considerable distance from it. It must have been a good mile. There were street signs, or I should say road signs, that had that black substance on it. So it's quite probably a mile away from the storage site. So it's obviously been airborne, whatever it is. It might be the aroma, it's the chemicals, the substance in it is reacting or something. There's something anyway. But it did travel. I noticed it quite a distance from the place. It was on the sides of the bushes at the sides of the roads. You can see it on the trunks, and the branches and that. We were able to see how dark it was, and as I say, I saw it on the road signs. It's just quite nice actually. Look, this canal. This is really good. Wow. Lovely. Well, I'll turn this around and show you. I didn't know I was going to see that. So like I say, the road basically just comes into here. That's the car park. You've got to pay £2 to park there, so you do that, it's not much. If you run a car, then £2. Practically nothing, is it? If you run a car, I'll need £2 there. But that's the Kelps. Well, I'll make my way over there in a minute. I'll just go and get a wee look at this for you as well. So this will be part of the canal system. Well, that's a lock. Is it a lock? It must be a lock, isn't it? Yeah, about the Fort William. There's loads of them actually in Scotland, isn't it? That's quite an unusual cloud formation as well. Yeah, you've seen that? Check this out. It does, doesn't it? It's very unusual, like. Yeah. That's quite odd. Very strange cloud. Very strange cloud. You see, it's starting to flatten off at the top. So I don't know. Very unusual. Kane said it looks like a fog. It's quite bizarre, like. I'll show you now. It's starting to flatten off at the top. Yeah, it's kind of panning out at the top now for some reason. It's like it's meeting a kind of barrier or something. It's just sort of levelling out for some reason. Never saw anything like that before. That's why I'm kind of logging it in now. It's very bizarre, that. Very bizarre. I'm going to be able to do another, what I do is I do another video, just a short video, and I put that in a log form. So I'm going to log this in, get pictures of it. Right, Keen's down there, so I'll make my way down to the Kelpies. No, I was busy logging that, and I put it on another video, or a file, I should say, like a file, another file for my own records and that. But, yeah, Keen's down there already. I'll get myself down there, get this videoed for you, and have a look myself. Never been here before. I've been in Falkirk before, obviously. I can't remember if that's, I don't think I've ever been right up to the sculptures, so I'm going to get a good look at that now for you. Get a good look at that, and a lovely canal here as well. So I think that's a lock. Oh, get this video zoomed in. I think that's a lock system where the flood, the chamber between the, obviously the chamber between the two dams or barriers, gates, whatever, flood. So that would then raise the water level up for the canal to change the elevation, because obviously it can't go up and down obstacles, so they've got to flood the lock so they could alter the, so that basically canals are able to change elevation in the water level. Didn't explain it very well how these locks work. Just Google it. I'll probably give you a diagram and everything, show you how it works. But it's quite simple once you've seen it. It's ingenious, I suppose. But yeah, this is nice. There's like a mini version of them down there as well. In fact, I'll turn it in and show you. Meet the world's most famous Kelpies. World's most famous Kelpies. Goodness, I've seen them on the motorway. I've never really, just drive by them. You don't think much of it. And then now, it reminds me, I suppose, that one up at the Angel of North at Newcastle. It's a big, huge sculpture. Yeah, it's seen from the motorway. That was quite impressive. It obviously doesn't resemble it, but it reminds me of it because it's a big sculpture. It's impressive, like. So I wonder if there's water at the bottom of it then. Obviously I've never been right up to them, so I'm going to wait to... If there is water at the bottom, it's just... Quite impressive, like. You can just see the size of them. I mean, when you're right up to them, they're massive. And motorways, yeah, that's just up there. I've passed past it many times in the car, but I've never really actually spent the time to have a look at it. That's quite smart, look, see it in reflection. I'm going to get this photographed actually. I'll video it and then photograph it. So the water's actually calm enough to get that reflection, it's really good. Amazing. You want to get this in the selfie? You're busy. Stand up here. There you go. So I'll get that in there and I'll get a still picture. That's it now. Got it now.
I was just doing a little bit of Google there, Wikipedia, just quickly. It was something like the height, it's about 30 metres, 300, about 100 foot high, weighs about 300 tonne each. It's obviously handmade, sculptured, 5-star tourist attraction. I think that's its main purpose. Partly it brings people from all over, well, people are coming from all over the world to Scotland. So it'll be one of the tourist attractions that they may want to have a look at because it's publicity, it's well known, you know, obviously it's massive, you know, you see it everywhere. I think that's its main purpose. It's part of the Helix Park. So obviously got the canals and everything in it as well. So that was just a quick look on Wikipedia there for you. Just if you want to know more, just type in Kelpies, Falkirk. Just Google that up, I'll get you all the stuff on it. That's just a little bit there for you anyway. Massive things, massive. 300 tonnes, apparently. So I can hear like the birds in there. I don't know if that's just sound effects or is that, or if that's real birds. You hear that, eh? Screech away, eh? You might not hear that. It could be just added sound effects or something, I don't know, but certainly hear them. I wouldn't mind a shot in these canals, yeah. Get a wee boat trip, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Get a wee boat trip up the canal or something. It's not far for the Falkirk Wheel. That's like part of the lock system and that. It's historical. It's to do with the lifting the canals up and doing all different levels of the the lock or the canal. Sorry. Let's see what that says there. I'll show you this. I've read. Echo the greatest beasts at work amongst. That's a little bit. Yeah. We could take that off, being here. It's been quite a no bad day actually. We've done quite a bit today. Wallace Monument, Bannockburn Visitor Centre. Had a look at the Diageo, not a distillery, but it's where they store the spirits. Kelpies. What else are we going to go? I'm going to go out to Falkirk. Just go back to Alexander Dennis, have a look at that, see what was doing. And then probably get a bite to eat because it's 7:20. So, but yeah, we'll get as much as we can done today. Yeah, so that's probably maybe way to Falkirk. I'll keep you posted anyway. I'll show you what I'm doing. Yeah, you could get right up to it actually. There's a wee walkway. This actually reminds me of the V&A in Dundee. Similar sort of groundwork, and it's got this sort of water boundary as well. That's what came to mind when I saw that. It doesn't look like the V&A, but it's got that kind of same effect. It kind of reminds me of it. But right up, it looks like it's stainless steel. I think it's made of probably will be stainless steel, so it doesn't rust. I think so anyway. But you could see in there. I'll show you. That's just a close up of it. I think that is stainless steel. I haven't done much research in it, but it's sort of like a bit of a museum, I suppose. So there is actually a speaker. I think that is a speaker. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to drop my phone in there, but it could be a speaker. So maybe there is sound effects added. But you obviously get in there, I assume. But this little walkway here is just basically, well, obviously the way in. I haven't been found it yet, but I just discovered that there, so it's obviously a kind of museum. I don't know if you could get up inside there or not. I'm not sure if there's a staircase in there or not, I don't know. I couldn't really tell you, but this certainly reminds me of the V&A, and so does the flagstones have got a kind of similar look about it. Yeah, it's got a kind of V&A look about it. Yeah, it does resemble it a wee bit with the water and the flagstones. Yeah, so we're both from Dundee, and Dundee's got its V&A museum at the waterfront, and it's probably bought at the same time as well. V&A opened 2018, I think, wasn't it? Late 2018. 2018, yeah, September 2018. So that's kind of around about that same kind of time period. So I don't know the architectures, if it was the same architectures that done it or what, I don't know. But there's a little miniature ones over there by the cafe, I think, and we're going to go over there and look at them as well. Obviously the cafe's shut this time, so it's got 7:30, so I think it's pretty much closed now. What is it? No, I get it. I thought I saw it. So I'll be getting dark about 9, but back at 9, so there's still some daylight, you know. That's a good thing when it's like the 7th of May. I like the summer, you could stay out a lot later. You know, I've got a light to actually see things, you know. I don't like the winter. I like the winter for certain things, you know, the snow and that, but I prefer the summer to get the daylight to go to tourist attractions like this. And we go all day to do it, you know. So it's my days off my work, so I'm going to make the most of it. Right, I'll make me one of these smaller mini sculptures, if you like. So yeah, I'm just heading over towards these. That's obviously just like a scaled down version of the main feature. Like, this is quite a good camera shot actually. I'm going to get a good shot of that. I never really thought of that. Just going to get I never realised, I was just looking at the camera as down there, so that's quite a nice camera shot. So I'm going to get some stills of that. Yeah, I was just thinking that obviously the big sculptures you're not going to be able to see right at the top, you know, so they've scaled it down to the toy size, you know, the smaller, so you get a closer look of the details that is on it. It's obviously the model of the main sculpture, so you get a better view of the. You'd have to be pretty big to be able to see up there, to see the big one like you can see that. Impressive. I thought I'll show you anyway. So as I say, that's just even the scaled ones, even the toy version is massive. It's pretty impressive, even just the small one. Oh, look at this. The scales at the. This gives you a kind of scale of the size of the. Not that you really need it, you just look over to the main scale. You can actually, have you seen this effect? You can actually get this, you can get 4 of them in here just by doing it like this. I'm just telling Kane you could get this kind of, like there's 4 of them. See if you're standing at the right distance, you get, they look like the same size as one another. And in your way, well, better get this. Yeah, like that, See if you could get them to match. Well, how would they do that now? Let's think. I don't know if you could actually get them to match. That's an interesting version there. So, they suddenly look big now. They look like they're matching size. So, so I'm going to get a few stills of that and then see what we're going to do after that. I'll get you posted. This is sort of more like a matching picture. Yeah, that's quite a match. It's quite a good shot, that actually. The toy one, or the model scaled down one, not toy one, but the scaled down version, that's made of steel, I think, because it looks like it's just welded. It'll probably be painted steel, we can maintain it, whereas the other one's stainless steel, I think, anyway. Judging by the welded. I like the way the man's scaled at the bottom. You seen that? Puts it in perspective. I don't know what the scalage is of that is, if it's one in goodness what, 30 or something, I don't know. Yeah, I'm quite sure that's real steel. Real steel, just mild steel, cheaper steel. It's not stainless because you can see there's like rust on it, a wee bit sort of forming it. Feels like it as well. Whereas the main one's stainless steel, obviously that's the main attraction, so they make that. But that's quite a nice shot. Oh, audience have got enough heads in my picture. Yeah, I'm going to get a still of that actually. It's good. Yeah. Suddenly the model ones look bigger now. The gardening as well, it's quite nice. Well, not really much like garden, but you know what I mean, just flower bed kind of. It's part of the Helix Park. Obviously the place is shut, they do tours, but we'd have to be open for that. Nice place though. So just that's pretty good. So do you like it? Worth a visit? Yeah. Good, yeah. So I can tick that off. We've been here. So I'll come back here again. Just yeah, definitely come back again. We'll just say we've been here now. Get that logged in. Hope you like that. So 2028. So nipping to Falkirk. Yeah, look at Alexander Dennis, just on the outside of the bus factory. It's where they build bus models, the chassis as well. They used to be called Walter Alexander years ago, and then they went through sort of different Transbus and some other companies, varied, and then it eventually formed as Alexander Dennis, which is its current state. They do their own chassis. Well, the Dennis kind of concentrates on the chassis part, and Alexander does the body bit, because originally they were bodybuilders, Walter Alexander. The products they make are then Viro 400, Viro 200, hybrid Viros, fully electric. They do, well, the BYG Build Your Dream chassis is built in Hong Kong, I think, and then they send the chassis to Alexander Dennis to get the body put on the domestic market, because it's this, Scottish, the UK design of bodywork, right hand drive and all the UK regulations and all that. Whereas the chassis is it's imported from, I think, Hong Kong. Is it this BYD? That's Hong Kong, isn't it? I think it's Hong Kong, off the top of my head. I have to research it, I can't remember, but whatever, it comes from abroad anyway, and then it ends up at Alexander Dennis for the Scottish market. Well, we've got some here in Dundee. You know, I drive the Explore Dundee buses, well we've got them, a batch of the fully electric buses, as well as the Enviro 400s, and there's Enviro 400 smart hybrids. So they're all made at Falkirk Alexander factory, so we're going to go there and maybe look around there for you, okay? So I'll just get way back to the car park. I was just thinking, it'd be quite nice to see that lit up at night, because there's a lot of floodlights and that round about it. So that'd be for another video, like another time. And sure it will at one point. But yeah, it'd be nice to see that lit up at night. Just thought of that there. I saw a professional photographer. Well, he looked like a professional photographer, and assuming he's waiting there for it to get dark so he could get the lighting effect. So let's make our way to Falkirk. Right, so just at Alexander Dennis factory in Falkirk. Obviously it's closed, we're not going to get in. To get in there you have to make an appointment and arrange it through the channels, you know, for a tour and that. I'd love to one day. Obviously I'm not going to get it at night, but I just checked with the security guard just to let him know what we're doing, make sure it's okay and that. Obviously you wonder what we're doing otherwise, so no problems there, that's fine. So I'm going to get some videos and pictures of the buses that are there. Obviously these, I'm going to London, it's the BYD Build Your Dreams chassis by the looks of it. Bodywork's obviously Alexander Dennis and Enviro. It's like what we've got in Dundee, the same design, probably the same, similar specification. That'll be London specifications. Probably more power or something, because, or more suited for stop start. You know, London's traffic will be a lot more congested than Dundee's traffic, so there might be maybe extra provisions made for braking and cooling as well, you know, for heat, because if it's stopped a lot then there'll be a lot of heat build up there. So then again, there wouldn't be, would there, if it's an electric motor? Obviously an engine running in traffic will generate heat because it's not getting the draft to cool it down, so they have to put, maybe if it's doing a lot of stop starting, they put a bigger radiator cores in it, make it a bit more effective for traffic and that. They might have more brake linings, I don't know, but I don't know the specifications of it. But I will be going to London obviously by the livery. Oh, it looks like they've got the cameras, the monitors as well, isn't it? It's got the monitors, because we've got the monitors. Instead of having like the conventional wing mirrors, side mirrors, on a car you call them a wing mirror, but on a bus it's side mirrors. Well, these have got the monitors, so that's the camera. We've got them in Dundee as well, there's a fleet we've got, and we've got the monitors that act as mirrors. I prefer mirrors, that's my personal opinion, like, but technology they're using now, obviously expensive, but right, so I'm going to turn it around and show you what I'm seeing. As I say, that's just as on the outskirts of the outside boundary fence of the factory, and naturally it's shut because it's 8 o'clock on a Saturday evening. Somehow I don't think they'd be working, but during the week they will be. But to get in they'd have to make an appointment and all the rest of it, you know. But that'll have to be done at due course. I'd love to get in there one day again. I was in there years ago in 2020. So London, they've got the 2-door version. The Dundee version is the single door. Dundee's single door, but London's got dual doors. You know, just for speeding up the process, like London being a busy city, there would people in and coming off at the same time. You know, just with the sheer volume of passengers, so that kind of speeds up the process. But it does mean extra work for us drivers, because obviously you've got an extra door to worry about, getting the exit door. But the London drivers will be used to that, I'm sure, because some London buses have actually got 3 doors. There was a Volvo Elsa Mark III that had an experimental 3-door version, so it had the conventional 2 and the door at the back. 3 doors for the driver to worry about. But that's, I don't know if they've done anything like that since, but the Boris Master, London have a Boris Master model, and that is what replaced the Route Master, the London Route Master, the original one. Boris Master. I don't know I think, yeah, the chassis built, I think that's Boris Master. I think it's an integral. I don't think it's anything to do with BYD. I'm not sure. I haven't done much research on the Boris Master. I'm not a big fan of the Boris Master or a Route Master. Well, yeah, I like them buses obviously, but I'm not familiar with them, you see. Dundee never had anything like that. Well, I had the original Route Masters, but they didn't have a Boris Master or anything. That's a Optia. No, sorry, that's a Streetlight. Right, Streetlight's so it's the longer version, the long wheelbase version. Dundee's got Streetlights like that. The shorter version, shorter wheelbase. But there's not an awful lot at the moment. The chassis are up there, they're covered up. You see them with covers. It's the bodywork. The chassis, I've explained this in my other video before if you saw it, but just so that if you don't know, buses are made up of two main components. You've got the underframe, known as the chassis, and you've got obviously the bodywork, which is the bit that everybody's familiar with. The bus, basically. They've got an integral as well, where you don't actually have a full underframe, but you've got a front and rear subframe with mechanical components that are on each of these subframes, like your axles, your steering axle on the front, and you've got the engine driveline subframe at the rear, and they build the body onto the subframe. But the wheelbase is made by whatever desirable length that they want, because the subframe allows for that. The bodybuilder, if it was going to a different, it's not an integral, that's a BYD chassis, but if you had like an integral, it's built by the bodybuilder and the chassis builder, they build everything, which is like the Enviro 400, that's an integral. But you've got, like, maybe for example, if you had a different chassis from a different company and you wanted to actually BYD, I'm not sure if they do that, but I think single deckers are it's more common with single deckers because of the length thing. You could have a variable wheelbase, so the chassis builder will do the front subframe and the rear subframe, the bodybuilder will do the wheelbase, because then they could build the body to the length that they desire, because they could alter the wheelbase. You see, the wheelbase has not got any mechanical units in it. There's all the mechanical units on the modern buses nowadays is at the rear overhang. So, but that's fairly modern, because the older traditional method, like when this was Walter Alexander, they'd just done the bodyworks, and they had the Volvo Elsie chassis was a popular one because that was designed in Scotland and in Irvine, and it was a fixed length. You see, the chassis was built in Irvine, it was a Volvo Elsie design chassis, and the bodywork had to accommodate for that length because of the chassis. But now the modern technique is that they use the chassis are front and rear subframes, and they could join the front and rear subframe to whatever length is best suited for the bodybuilders, because the bodybuilder builds their own wheelbase length. You know, they put the ladder chassis or the runners and the cross beams to the desired length that suits the aesthetics, the look of the bodywork. So all the bays are all the way that's been designed, so they could tailor fit it. Probably a better way of explaining it actually. Up Keynes up there. So I'll get a little bit. There's not much, an awful lot to see, but I'll turn around and show you anyway. Based in Falkirk, that's Glasgow Road, and that's the chassis that was on a bit earlier. You can see they're covered up. I'm trying to get to zoom in now. It's going out of focus, damn it. Yeah, it's going out of focus. There's not much to see anyway. Try again. It's because the fence is upsetting it, that's what it is. It's the fence. There we go, that's a bit better. There's no, you can't see nothing anyway, it's all covered up, unfortunately. It's not because it's just to keep the. It's not because they're hiding it, it's just that they're keeping the dirt and muck off it. I think there's no any reason to cover it. I mean, one time they used to have the chassis, I remember seeing chassis years ago, 22 years ago, it was maybe about 2000, 2001, the chassis was just open to the elements. But now they've got covers on them to keep them, all the elements. But yeah, many years ago, this is where the Volvo Elses would have came to get their Alexander bodies, the AV type bodywork and the Alexander RV type bodywork. There's the logo. So the companies merged years ago. Yeah, like I say, the company's merged years ago. It was originally Walter Alexander up until about 2000, I think it was, late 90s. And then it became was it part of the Transbus International or something. It was a business thing anyway. And eventually panned out probably about 2000 and, I don't know, 2003, 2004 maybe, I don't know, around about, so it'd be early 2000. It became Alexander Dennis. Dennis always did the chassis at one time, and Alexander only concentrated about it. It was another merge and they do their own product, which is Enviros, Enviro 200, Enviro 300, Enviro 4, and there's an Enviro 500, which is the triaxle. There's a Enviro 400, Voith transmission. Sure, okay, might be able to verify the 400, was it? ZF box, yeah. Yeah, thought it was that. It was a Enviro 400, yeah. ZF box, was it? So that was built here. Plus was built here, the product was built here. So I'll just get a wee bit of the signage and that. I'm getting a bit hungry now. Something to eat. Show you a wee bit here. Just like the main headquarter bits, I presume, where the offices and that are. So the factories and behind there as well, all the production line, the administration block, which is, it looks like that up ahead there. Got stretches on here as well. I think this is just the administration block though, there won't be any buses about here. This is just the staff car park and reception up ahead. There's nothing really. I don't know what's round the corner. I'll look round there as well. I'll show you there, but I think that bit there's where all the building gets done. This is just all the paperwork and stuff. Got a lot of computers nowadays, isn't it? Main reception, that's website address. There's even a wee bit down here as well. Actually, I think maybe what the story is, I think all that and the bit behind this administration block, all the way when it comes to there, I think all that like long bit back there will be the production line, and this bit will stick out. This block here will stick out a bit. That'll be the like the offices and that. No, I'm just guessing that maybe that's where the raw materials will go in, like your, the frames and components will go in that side, on right the full length of the production line, and then the finished product will come at that end there. Presuming that's all it'll be. Wouldn't it be good to live in one of these houses if you were a bus spotter, eh? Right across the road from the bus factory. I certainly wouldn't mind that. Well, there's obviously other factors to take into consideration whether I choose to live here or not, but it'll certainly be handy for that reason. You get to see the buses, see the parts coming in, you don't have to travel far to get there. Anyway, so this, I think, is where the, well, there's even a bit down there as well actually. Look, there's a building. That may be like a storeroom or something, I don't know. Could be, I mean, there might be the production line, I'm not sure. I'm just guessing that, well, there'll be various stages, won't there? And so that might be the engine room, I don't know. I've not done a tour in here for ages. I've done a tour once here back in the year 2000. Well, it was more an unofficial tour. An unofficial tour. I just turned up on spec, asked to have a look around, and I got in. But things were different back then in these days. Nowadays there's much more security conscious now these days with everything, but, so that's not an awful lot to show, but that might be some raw materials. So that might be raw materials there. That looks like runners or something, or beading, like, or maybe even floor strips, or something like that. That looks like a wheel arch here in the distance. So the other panels are like designed to come off easily. So for replacement and that. Speeds up the time, speeds up the buses off the road for less time that way. So, yeah, they designed the panels for ease of removal. The old buses were built with rivets, had straps going along the exterior, and the panels were built and held together with rivets. And that would obviously take longer because you have to drill them out and then obviously re-rivet them. But now the modern buses are well, there's a lot of like quick release panels, I suppose you can look at it that way. The ones that are most prone for damage are like along the bottom sides and the rear tail end, obviously for grounding, and front mouldings and that are easily replaced. Corner strips are easy to replace as well because they're the bits that get damaged most. Like if you're going over, like the way the roads are, because the buses have got long front and rear overhangs, it's easy for them to ground, and then these bits get damaged. Usually the old buses suffered that, and obviously it took more time for the company to replace them because the panels weren't quick release, whereas the modern ones are quick release corners. So the bus is off the road for less time basically. That's not much here to see, but at least here anyway, innit, where it all happens. So, Kane's waiting in the car there. I'll hopefully one day get a tour in there, that'd be really nice. So what we're just going to do, I'm just going to maybe show you where we're going to go for a tea or something. We're going to get something to eat, forget about beggars now. I'll be getting dark fairly soon, so there's not much more to travel at all. I'll just be getting something to eat and then driving back home to Dundee basically. I'll just go back by the motorway, there's no point in seeing it route because it's going to be dark. So since I'm getting a bit tired, it's been a long day. Set off 10:30 this morning, picked them up, at 11:15, snow 8:20. So I've been on the go at that time. Getting a bit tired. I only had a sandwich at that place, so get something to eat as well. But so this is where it all happens, Alexander Dennis. Not an awful lot to show because, as I say, it's closed and I haven't got a tour in there yet. Hopefully one day I will, and I'll have to ask them if I'm allowed to film it to put it online. And if I am, I will put it online for you. I'll take pictures and videos and show you if you're obviously interested. Right, I'm going to make it along the car. I'll show you what I'm going to do. There won't be much more. I'll probably just round the video off later. Show you where we're going to go for something to eat, and that'll probably be it. Keep you posted. That's amazing. That's nuts. That come up. We were just deciding where we want to go for something to eat, and we decided we're going to the Rosebank Beefeater. That's what you want, Beefeater. I was thinking of that anyway. So. And I thought, well, I better phone them up first of all, just to make sure. It's been Saturday evening, it might be busy. So I phoned up the number. The answer, I thought I was speaking to a human. It was actually a robot or a computer, artificial voice. It spoke just eerily like I was talking to a human. That's how close artificial intelligence became known to us. It's probably a lot further than that, but that's what's out there now, but there'll be a lot more than that for sure. There's probably, people out there, sardonic anyway, you wouldn't know that, so-called top secret, but on what we know already, that is pretty close. I mean, it sounded fairly authentic. It wasn't quite as ridiculous as before, but you knew it was just, you were speaking to, I had to repeat it. I did have to repeat myself a couple of times for the time, but it was pretty scary just how close that was to being like a human, At first I really thought, just the way the tone of the voice was and everything, I thought I was speaking to a human being. But it wasn't, it was artificial, it was a robot. What would you call that? A robot, an artificial voice computer. Speaking to a computer, basically. I took the book in for us, for the table, for two, which reminds me, that's at 9 o'clock, so enough yapping on here, beg. Yeah. I'm not missing the blooming time. Right, so it's the Rosebank Beefeater we're going to in Falkirk. So I'll probably round the video off when we get it. You'll see where we go. So I'll just wait to leave Alexander Dennis bus manufacturers. Right, so this is the Beefeater. It's basically just joined on to the Premier Inn. a lot of these hotels and that have restaurants integrated into them, and this is what we've found, so we've decided we're going to go in there for our tea. So that's handy. So it's only 20 to 9. The booking's not till 9, so there's 20 odd minutes before it's time to go in. Yeah, that artificial intelligence thing, the artificial voice thing, it's just so uncannily like a human. But I get the feeling though that there's probably, like for example, these call centres, you know, they have like, some of them there's a language barrier issue, and that could be perhaps as a bit of a decoy to disguise that it's actually artificial intelligence or artificial computers that we're speaking to. So when you phone up a call centre and it's like there's language barrier issues, it could be actually the computer and they're just using the language barrier as to suppress how far they've actually come with this technology. I don't know, that's just me think. That's what I think. I don't know. I don't work for any of these departments, so I don't know. I'm just thinking that. I was amazed when I phoned up that number for this place. Just how, because for the first few lines of the sentence I really thought that I was speaking to a human, but when I gave the answers, you know, when I replied back in the conversation with them, there was a delay, and then it sounded artificial, and then I just knew that was artificial, and it was artificial, because I gave the original time for 8:45, and it didn't recognise it. It just didn't recognise it, did it? And it just kind of kept on saying what time we want to book, and it says 8:45, and it kept going, what time we want to book in. I said 8:45. It wasn't right, it just wasn't clicking. No, a human wouldn't do that. A human would say, oh, well, we're booked up at 8:45, we've got 9 o'clock, we've got such and such. Well, this just kept asking. Repetitive, just like a robot, no change in the tone. That's when I knew it was artificial. But as I say, for the first few lines of that, I was astonished. I really thought I was speaking to a human. This might now, they've maybe kind of like let a wee bit more out of slip, just how far I've come on with this, because I believe there's probably a lot more going on. I mean, there could be artificial people going and driving these cars up there, and that might be a lot further on than we might realise, unless of course you know for sure. But yeah, I was amazed by that. Yeah, getting a bit tired now, hungry. It's been a long day, so I was a bit of another drive back. So we're just waiting. Just waiting. There's no point going in too early. Although we could maybe go in. Might be a table available. See, a computer wouldn't know that. See, a computer just follows protocols. It just basically does logic, so that when I give an answer, I had to obviously spell my name. I didn't even recognise my surname, Reynolds. I had to spell it. Although some humans get that wrong and ask.
I'm listening.
Oh, that was creepy. That was. You know what that was? That was the voice activation on the sat nav. That, as I say, it's all connected anyway.
The marked location is stored in my
I never
places.
even put that setting on. Speaking of it, that's nuts, isn't it? Cheesy, peeps out. That's pretty mental. That's just woke up. That sat nav. Oh, it is plugged in down there. I'm listening. You know what I mean? Yeah, technology. It's further on than you think. It's all connected. I mean, it's logic anyway, because the things that sat-nav is obviously transmitting signals up to the satellite, hence the name sat-nav, phone, mobile phones. It's all connected. There's 5G, there's transmitters everywhere. Even the human brain, if you go by the physics of it, if you go on that level and believe in that, just on that level, there's electricity in the brain. Where there's electricity, there's electromagnetism. And electromagnetism is a form of electromagnetic wave, and it transmits. That's what light is. The microwaves, mobile phone signals. You got the electromagnetic spectrum. You know what I mean? I just thought science, but I know I rushed at science. I loved it when I was at the school. Physics was my strongest subject, but I went to higher physics and wished it stuck in it more like. But yeah, electromagnetics travel. So I mean, if receivers could pick up, i.e. phones, sat-navs, if they could pick up electromagnetic waves, brain waves and that, because that's what, if they're saying it, if you believe there's electricity in the body, it gives off electromagnetic signature waves or whatever, it could detect it because they've got the antenna there that will pick it up, decode it, break it down into a computer algorithm, run it, process it, and then send something back out, you know. Like that sat nav just woke up when I was speaking about artificial intelligence, and that your phone just blinked. But that was just a message coming through. But I've kind of flagged us. I'm listening. It said, I hope you heard that on the video. That was pretty impressive. Anyway, I think we should just go in. Probably just go in. And well, it might have a table. Actually get to see humans. But then again, there might not be humans. It might be further on. It might be, you just don't know. I mean, you don't know how far they've come in with technology. They won't disclose it all, obviously. They'll sell you in bits, and then, you know, that way I presume. Well, you might think that anyway. And then smelling the food. So it's time to go. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll just round it off now. So there's no point in doing any more filming. We'll just be in with tea and heading back up the road. So I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, see what else I put up. Okay. Catch you later. Bye. Bye for now.